Right, so I'm with Dave Denison, the legendary Dave Denison. He's just going to explain a concept to me coming from Plato called stereometry, and as Plato said, the likening of unlike things that are unlike, the likening of things of unlike things.
Right, so that's the first letter of the alphabet, eh?
Yeah.
Right. Z is the 26th letter.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Now then, when you get to J in the alphabet, it equals the 10th letter.
Yeah.
K, 11th letter. L, 12th letter. So, in terms of what I'm doing, this what you might call numerology, is when it gets to J, which is the 10th letter, 1 and 0, 1 plus 0 equals 1.
Mm-hmm.
K, 1 plus 1 equals 2. L, 1 plus 2 equals 3. Got it?
Yep.
So, Z is 26, becomes 8. 2 and 6,
Yes.
8. Right? Y is 25, 2 and 5 becomes 7.
Yep.
N is 14,
No,
1 and 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that starts at J. A, B, C, D, E, F.
J's in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I is 9th letter.
Mm-hmm.
J is 10th.
Yeah.
Right. So we turn the value of all these words via the position in English alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
So T is the 20th letter.
Yeah.
2 and 0, 2. H is 8, 8th letter.
Yeah.
You can be absolutely certain on this. E is 5th letter. There are 3 letters in the.
Mm-hmm.
There are 6 in family. F is the 6th letter of alphabet. A is the 1st letter. M is the 13th, 1 and 3.
4.
4. I is the 9th. L is the 12th, 1 and 2.
3.
And Y is the 25th, 2 and 5.
7.
Right, put them in alphabet in numerical order. Put them in numerical order. Not in alphabetical order that they're in now. Numerical order.
What you mean? So like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5.
that's what
So,
I mean.
So I have to put the.
No, just the numbers in numerical order.
Mm.
All these numbers, rearrange them in numerical order. 1, 2.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The lightning of unlike things.
Right. Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
In another way, live, the word is evil backwards.
Yes.
Lived is devil.
Yes.
Santa, same letters as Satan.
Yeah.
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 Heart, earth.
Mhm.
Or terra. Or thera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what can I build a letter with this? So like A, B. No, it doesn't work like that. Yeah.
All the alphabet.
Rearrange
A
that.
to Z is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yes.
6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got your 26 letters, haven't you?
And this is what's on
18.
your website, isn't it?
It's
But
on
you're not
our
spelling it
website.
out like that. On our
Oh,
website.
it is.
Yeah.
It's all over.
Is it spelled out? It's not spelled out. It's for people to work out, though, isn't it?
No, yes, but it's all there.
Yeah.
But it's massive.
Because you have a lot of people in China who are interested in this, don't you?
I've been at it. It's been up since year 2000. I've no doubts. Bearing in mind this experience we've been through.
Yeah.
Yoga.
Yes.
To India. Going to go to Tibet. All the various sort of strands that
Yeah.
have led to the awakening. And then started painting in '63 when I come out of Air Force and did all them pictures. And there's a hell of a lot there. But
So you did the paintings first, didn't you?
did paintings first.
Yeah.
As soon as I began to penny began to drop with other things, I started doing the writing.
Yeah.
And
Those paintings are amazing, Dave. I showed my dad.
hundreds of books. Well, what I was going to suggest to you, I've seen that writing you've done on Shakespeare. Do you ever write anything of your own?
Not on my own,
No,
not
well,
really.
well,
I like reading Gospels. I love St. Paul. I love all his letters, you know, the epistles. I love
unless a
St.
man
Paul.
be born
He
again,
were
he
crazy.
cannot enter the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
No. Unless a man be born again, he cannot enter the kingdom of even.
Even.
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. The most significant letters, in a sense, for our purpose, is 5 and 9.
Okay.
5. This is
The middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a 9-inch segment ruler. It's got 9 segments in it.
Yeah.
I put it on my finger and balance it. What segment is it?
It's the 5th segment.
The 5th segment.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 is on one side.
Yeah. And 6 to
7,
9.
8, 9.
Yeah.
Now, if you add all these up in the value, that's 15, 14, 5, 20, 23, 15, 20, 8, 18, 5, 5, 6, 15, 21, 18. Add them all up equals 208. Yeah? 2 plus 8, 10. 1 plus
No, it's
4
one.
equals
One.
1. Yeah?
All comes back to a.
Now then, 19, 9, 24, 19, 5, 22, 5, 14, 5, 9, 7, 8, 20, 14, 9, 14, 5. You got that? 6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9 equals 208.
On either side, right?
Either side.
Yeah.
How do you work that out? And look at this. That's a perfect circle. Equals 50.
Why does
5.
it equal 50?
5.
Why does it equal 50?
C equals 3, I equals 9, I equals
Right,
18.
okay, yes.
C equals 3, L equals 12, E equals 5. I don't
Yeah.
know, 50.
Okay.
5.
5 plus 0 is 5. And it's in the middle, yeah.
What does you see somebody come out of that church now? He's got something round his neck, what is it?
Crucifix.
No,
A collar,
a collar.
yeah.
What's he called?
Priest.
No, a cleric.
A cleric, okay.
Do you agree with cleric will do? Cleric? Is it that man's a cleric?
Yeah,
Is it, he might be a bishop, but he's a cleric.
yes.
C-L-E-R-I-C. Turn it into circle. Now what does he wear on his neck? A circle.
That's it. When did you see all this?
Because I went through what I had to go through.
Yeah.
I practiced yoga and right from being 13, 14. But it were I had to do it in the.
Because what we're talking about is, like, I used to live up near Dave, you know, as Alex and my ex, and I lost everything, as I did, as I've shared many times. And Dave had a similar experience in his life where, you know, didn't drink or anything, then all of a sudden he hit it hard. He always told me he was in his 40s, so, and it happens, and you know, he had an awakening, because that's what it is, it's an awakening, isn't it? It's like we've been everything seems to make sense afterwards, doesn't it? Having to go through that process. Is that how you felt? That it were all leading towards that?
I told you, in that room, I went in once, and I was that ill from the alcohol. And I remember looking into the mirror and saying, surely no deeper.
Yes.
Because I knew where I was going, instinctively. Because it was a path that was set out for me in order that the painting and this work could come into being.
Yes.
No doubt about that. But I never drank or were involved in anything other than painting when I was in. I thought that was my calling.
Yes.
And it was until I'd done what I needed to do.
Yeah.
But then I began to notice patterns in words and letters and number, and I didn't know of any numerical associations or processes. That came to me
Afterwards.
virgin-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, you could do it with anything, couldn't you? With signs and names and things.
Yeah. It's
Cathedral.
anything.
Church.
Cathars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You can see like murder, red rum.
Red rum, yeah. Red rum. Ooh, yeah.
This was quite amazing, really.
How do we find this website when we go on Google?
Well,
You wouldn't show me it's on the actual internet, isn't it?
Have you still got your?
Yeah, oh, it's on here. How do we do it when we type it in? Is it if or something like that? Can't remember, you type something in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look.
Put that in there.
Oh, see these, can I show this? This is your painting. These are things that you did. Amazing. Oh, thank you. So Dave has done, all kinds of things, airbrush and things, sketches and...
Not so much airbrush, it was all hand-painted.
All hand-painted. Just type in David Denison on Google and you can see all the stuff. It's very renowned, a lot
There you
of
go,
people know
that's
about
the
it.
address. That's
Ah, 973.
the human
EH,
buckets.
yes. So yeah, this is important.
That's
This.
one of,
Look, that's one of David's paintings. It's amazing. How old were you when you did this, Dave? Can you remember?
it was painted in 73.
1973.
I'm 85 now.
You see, I always said this when I first saw this stuff, very similar to H.R. Geiger. You and H.R. Geiger were the same kind of mindset, really. Like a mixture between bio...
Geiger, and that's one of Impossible Triangles I had somebody make for sight after seeing it.
someone made that for
As
you.
a wooden appendage by, I think, Oliver Penrose in the... it was an exhibition of Surrealism Unlimited at ICA.
Right.
Roland Penrose invited me. He was
Who was
Picasso's-
Roland Penrose?
Picasso's biographer.
Was it?
He founded Institute of
Oh, and
Contemporary
another one.
Art.
That's fantastic. that.
Just off.
That's one of my
Agriculture
favourites.
Arch. Just off.
How did you get to meet Penrose?
I met him at Hull University. I was attending a lecture he gave on surrealism. That's called The Journeyman. There's a woman.
That's
I've done
fantastic.
a female like that, and she's beautiful.
Ah.
And that's another.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's similar to Picasso as well. It's
Well,
a similar
you
style.
find derivatives
Your
in
own
anything,
style.
but
Well, yeah,
the
you can,
power's
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And
So
to
this
come
is what
up
we
with
do. We go www.973/EHT/NAMUH/973.com and it's the human. Type that in and it's fun. There's some fascinating stuff on there. Look at that, it's brilliant.
Yeah, look. There. That's the first page. There.
Yeah, I remember.
You
And it's
go
like
on.
you can just go into it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's annoying, all that crap in it.
Wait a minute.
Back
Anyway,
on your
that's-
screen.
this is what I want you to look at. This is the forum.
Yeah.
This is
Where people can
got this set
communicate.
up in about 2007, and it's got 40,000 or more members, and it's got over 10,000 posts. And if you go on there, this is last page,
Yeah.
and there's 10,000
Yeah,
more
I imagine.
posts up.
5 or 6 years ago when I looked on it, there were
Yeah.
loads on, there were thousands on there. And like you say, it's very popular. A lot of Chinese people, a lot of people from China, they've stumbled across it, haven't they? And they've seen
well,
it.
It's been up there. But what I'm saying is, why don't you join? All you
I will.
need is your own email address. And there's over 40,000. Some people say they can't get on, but there's over 40,000 members, so it can't be that hard.
No.
As far as I know, you just need to put your email address
Yeah,
in.
just to create like a
Yeah.
user thing.
And I'm adding to it every day.
Because
Right,
I don't know if you remember,
Right,
I was
yeah,
telling
no,
you
that's
about Arthur Koestler, because you met Arthur
I met
Koestler.
Arthur Koestler, yeah.
Because Paul Sykes, when you were working in prison system, Paul Sykes won that award for his book, didn't he? And Arthur Koestler wrote
I met
that.
him.
You said, and
I was
he was a
invited.
brilliant man, him.
I was invited by the Home
This is
Office.
amazing, this.
I was a medic up
Yeah.
at prison training school, and I was invited by Home Office to have an exhibition to show that
Your work.
staff could
Yeah.
also do creative work.
Right.
And while I was there, I met Arthur Koestler. I had my photo
Because-
taken with Arthur and his wife.
Yeah, and
Cynthia.
Cynthia, they committed suicide together, didn't they?
He founded Euthanasia Society.
Yeah, that's right.
Exit.
Because
He
that
was
book
right,
that
he
he
was
wrote,
right, man.
oh,
He was like
he
a
were-
bird man. He was right,
he
little,
was a right
small,
little Jew, wasn't he?
and beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Cool.
wrote that book, Darkness at Noon, because he'd been in
He did,
prison
he did,
himself.
he did.
And that book, Darkness at Noon,
Yeah.
that changed my life, that, because he were on about things about how they used to communicate each other. Because
And the
Franco,
act of creation.
Act of Creation, yeah. And then, what were the other one?
He
Arrow in the
investigated
Blue.
Humour.
Yeah, he did.
Like you'll eat something at the garden path, and then bisect it with some,
Yeah.
and it has this amazing effect of making you laugh.
And well, what I want him to look at, I need to buy the books. Towards the end of his life, he got because he always called himself. He was Jew, but he didn't believe in God, and he was communist.
He
Then
was
he fell out with
Hungarian.
communist. Yeah, Hungarian, but multiple languages. He was a brilliant man.
He was.
And towards the end of his life, it's not that he found God, but he were into this paraplexy, you know, and like what do they call it? Like the spirit world. And he were convinced that, like telepathy and things, he were into some really far out stuff. And I'm
He's
telling
seen
you,
everything.
Dave, if he were alive, he would be loving this stuff. It
Well-
just tragically, he were riddled
Well,
with
he
cancer.
played
wasn't
his
he?
part in that sense.
He would have loved this stuff. Did you meet him then?
I met him there, along with a number of other well-known personalities. But he asked me about buying a picture, but I was very close to my chest with him. I didn't like selling out.
Have you ever sold one?
Yeah, I've sold quite a few.
Have you?
There's pictures in various collections and private. Roland Penrose, he got phoned up. I had an exhibition at Manor House Gallery at Ilkley, that really old one.
Ah, right.
It was a what am I saying? It was set up by Arts Council, and the
Can you remember
art,
what year that was?
77.
77.
And the art critic for Sunday Times was Lawrence Gowing.
All right.
And Lawrence Gowing, Slate Professor of Fine Art, and a painter. And he rung Penrose up, and
tell
Penrose
him.
said that when Max Ernst went over to Farley Farm, which was where he lived and where he had statues of Max Ernst in the garden and that.
Right.
I went there quite a few times, Stayed with his son on occasion. With me,
So Penrose
my
had
girlfriend.
written the biography for Picasso,
Yeah.
and this fella had thought, hey, you'll like this stuff. He sort of got him into you.
No, I saw Penrose old, and I
Right.
took a painting,
Mm-hmm.
and that was what got his interest. And I got invited down to. He lived in Baker Street.
Right.
I think it was Baker Street, where Sherlock Holmes is supposed to have hung out, isn't it?
Oh,
I think so. But yeah, and he bought quite a few, as did his.
Baker Street, obviously,
that is son.
the song from Jerry Rafferty,
Well,
the same Baker
I
Street
think
in
it's
London.
that Baker
Yeah.
Street, Kensington.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Famous street.
He took me out for and we met.
You met some people.
My friend who just approached me once, who'd seen paintings and were absolutely fanatical about them. He sent some photographs to René Passeron, who
Right.
were professor of fine art at the Sorbonne.
Right,
And
in
he
France.
came over, did René, and he made about half an hour tape on my work.
Right.
I've got
yeah.
it somewhere else, but else is elite starship stuff everywhere.
It's the way that it goes. You will become your art will be known like worldwide, but it's just unfortunate that a lot of people don't. I've seen. You've got some of this stuff at your house, haven't you?
Mm.
Yeah, I've seen. I think it's that one you showed me. At your
I've
house.
only got
I
a
think
print
you've got-
of that now.
You've only
because
got a print. Yeah,
was
this
bought.
one. I love that one.
And that were in Brighton Museum.
Yeah, this one is fantastic.
Yeah.
When you actually see them. Attention to detail, it's impeccable. But you don't do any more now, do you, Dave?
I do that side.
No, you don't do painting now, do you?
No, I do that side.
Why did you stop painting?
I
You just,
do that side. That side.
did you feel that you just sort of got
No,
it all
that-
out and there were
that's-
nothing more to say, kind of thing?
Look. You can bet your bottom dollar this is
Well, I've got it.
absolutely spot on.
Yeah, I do, I trust you. See, I ain't got an head for numbers, I'd take me ages to remember.
I am
You once did it with my name, I remember that.
right. So if you write that out again, it goes 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I've written to 4.
That's 4. I've written M on it. 4. Now 5 is missing.
Yeah, because, hold on a minute, right, so the value of n is 4, isn't it? Because it's 13, 1 plus 4, yeah. Sorry, I'm on
5. So then you've got 6, look. 7,
Yeah.
8, 9, 9.
Yeah.
So 9 comes twice. Now, can you have it more clearer than that?
No.
That's algorithm. Where
Yeah.
They're all talking about algorithms all the time. Algorithm,
Yeah, that's right.
algorithm.
Everything's algorithm now, innit?
Yeah. Well, 5 is the balancing.
Yeah.
And it's all you got to do is balance it on your finger,
Mm-hmm.
and it balances. And we now know that it all adds up to 1 either side. Not as weights, but as symbols.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's as symbols adds up to.
This is one thing that I could never understand now, Dave, so can you explain this? Like the Cyrillic alphabet, the Russians, do they have 26 characters?
I've no
Slavic.
idea.
But it doesn't matter, it
This
doesn't
is-
make no sense.
because
The
this
same
is
thing
what-
works,
This is what
doesn't it?
matters.
Explain this,
You
why it
choose-
matters.
People say, "Oh, how convenient that it's English."
Mm-hmm.
Now, you pick me a language that's going to spread this message
I know what you mean.
over all the world.
The English language is...
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
got more words in it than the old
That's right, you get
and
the...
Spanish, yes,
Yeah.
but they're not as widespread. And
No.
why was that? Because of the British Empire.
Yeah.
Why do you think they became a British Empire? Was it
Yeah.
because for this moment in time
Yes.
where they would spread the language throughout?
understand.
How many countries speak English? Look, America speaks English.
No, you're right.
Everywhere you go to Spain, you don't say.
I tried to explain this to someone. It's like in France, you've got the Académie Française. So for centuries, it's sort of always been curtailed, the language. It's always a group of people who say
Got a
this,
bit of-
this
yeah.
word stays in and that word don't go out.
Yeah.
So their dictionaries like that. The Spanish, it's even smaller. The English language, it's open. Words get added in all the time. It's free market. So our dictionary is the thickest. Like Zulu is like 12 pages long. It's tiny. But our language is like it grabs and borrows and steals and twists and and it's the most fluid because it's not controlled.
And
it's natural. A natural language.
And
Noam Chomsky said that. It's a natural language.
It's as far spread
Yes.
as any language could be.
It's become the universal
And if you
language.
go to Spain, you don't go.
Yeah.
You expect to speak English.
Yes.
They do, don't they?
I know. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, I never
That's
thought.
the beauty of it.
I never thought of it like that.
And that liking of unlike things.
Yeah.
Here's an example. Heart. The word heart. Heart. What did they call the Egyptian sun god?
Was it Osiris?
No, Ra
Ra. Okay.
or Re.
Re. R-R-E-H.
R is 9, 18.
Yeah.
E, as in Re, is 5. 9 and 5. Now then, Ra, another name for sun god.
They'll all be wet, have they?
R, the letter,
Brenda, they're all wet through.
is 18 becomes 9. And A is 1. 9 and 1.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Right, now. So, what does your heart beat through your body?
Blood.
Yeah. And is that blood, I won't say hot and cold, but is that blood
That's got something to add
warm? Or what does it do?
It's warm and it's
It keeps your body warm, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
If it's 0 degrees, you're dead, aren't you?
Yes.
It beats, in terms of Fahrenheit, it's 98.4. So
Right.
it's warm, isn't it?
36 degrees or something, in 34 degrees centigrade,
Well,
isn't it? Yeah.
Same difference.
Yeah.
There's a warmth about it.
Yes.
It keeps your body warm.
Yes.
Right. Look. What's next letter?
Ah. Heat. Dave. So at your first, some people say the best thing about Wakefield is the road out of it. That's not true. Did you ever, can I ask you, because you told me a lot about this, and Paul Sykes has become very, very popular on internet since his death. You met Paul, didn't you? Paul were a very clever lad, wasn't he?
Yeah, I wrote a book.
Did you ever explain anything like this to Paul?
No.
Because you met him in prison, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I knew him in prison bit. And here's a story for you.
Go on.
I were working for prison training school, and my domestic circumstances were difficult. And to get more money, I'd do my week at prison training school teaching, and I went medic in case anybody were ill or required to see a doctor, and then I could refer them. And I used to go down to London on a weekend, drive down, do 2 days, get paid for it, get good money for being sleeping there. You got a certain amount
Accommodation and stuff like
of
that.
allowance.
Yeah.
And I had various duties to do while I was down there. One of them was being in reception.
Yeah.
And I'm in reception, taking bloods, taking urine tests, interviewing
drug
them,
tests and stuff like that.
interviewing them. Not so much drug tests, but
Health.
Getting a history.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the line up the guys as they come in. It's a local prison, the prison I were in at the time when this happened, I think were Brixton. It was either Brixton or Wilmot Scrubs, but I think it was Brixton. I worked in London next, so one at London next, and I think it were Brixton, right. So I'm in reception, and it's a local prison, so it gets them straight from court. If the judge says he's got a sentence,
Yeah.
they take them to local prison.
Yeah.
So I'm there doing information, medical information regarding them, writing it all down in a book. And suddenly, this thick-set young kid comes in front of me, curly-ish hair, you know, like one of them dogs that don't bark,
Yeah.
don't have to.
Yeah, you just know.
Yeah. Says to him, hiya kid, I just got to get a bit of information if I may from you. First of all, what's your name, please? John L. Gardner.
Ah, yeah, because he'd had the big fight with Paul, hadn't
No,
he?
before that.
Before.
So, I'm down in Brixton one at days later.
Yeah.
Time's passed.
Mhm.
I goes home and I goes to where I was living with his girlfriend in Billy and Wakefield. And I get in car and I get outside house and I've got radio on. And suddenly it comes on, British Heavyweight Championship between Paul Sykes and John L. Gardner. And I sit in car, I don't go into the house, sit in car and listen to the fight. And right as it progressed, John, he was looking at case of that.
Yeah,
John L.
yeah,
Gardner,
yeah.
a nice looking lad, a good kid like, he was alright. No edge on him when he was going through a reception. And eventually Paul turned his back on him.
Yeah, that's right.
And Gardner got British Heavyweight Championship.
They reckon Paul had been drinking night before or something, and he wasn't disciplined, were he?
I don't know.
No.
He
Oh,
were
that's
on,
interesting.
he were on
So John Gardner had got himself into a bit of trouble, hadn't he? Obviously.
yeah,
He
yeah.
were
Oh,
a bit
yeah.
like Paul, really.
Oh,
wasn't
he were a bit
A lot of
Paul,
those guys were, they wanted to
Well,
come
look
from.
at Freddie Mills.
Yeah.
And he got, I think, murdered by gang members.
Yeah.
Crazy and whatnot.
Bloody hell.
All very exciting.
Because you told me that story that sometimes these people can be glorified, and it's fair enough, everyone's got a story, but there were a very dark side to Paul, wasn't there? And you told me about that time when him and that lad took that screw hostage and they beat the shit out of him, didn't they? And he were lucky to survive, this fella. He were a vegetable, wasn't he? But that in Wakefield.
That one story I told, he was in every fabric shop at Wakefield when I was there.
Paul was. So he wasn't in his segregation.
No, he was on escapees. He had a big stripe down here and a big square yellow on his prison gear.
What did that mean? Did that mean that he would just...
Escapade.
What?
He was dangerous.
You've got to watch him,
Special watch.
Yeah.
So we're in Mr. Earnshaw's shop. This Mr. Earnshaw, very nice bloke, bred tropical fish, got me interested in tropical fish. Really nice bloke. Never got governor in for anybody, it sorted out his son. And all cons appreciated him and treated him with respect, being his 40, 45 or something like that. And Sykesy and they got other lad off, what's it? Fucking hell, I forget his name now. Hutchin.
Right.
He called Hutchin. And they were in it together, and they were both on special watch. And that were in, so they were in that shop.
Yeah.
And there were a gate at the bottom, a wooden gate, and there were a metal gate, you know, with bars.
Yeah.
Wooden gate were open, but metal gate were closed. So they were brought into the shop, and they'd obviously made up their mind to attempt to escape. I think on prison wall there'd been some building and there was some scaffolding, and so they'd made up their mind to have a go at it. And
On the spot kind of thing, maybe.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I think
they've been thinking about it,
yeah.
and they saw opportunity.
And there were one of the officers in the shop were called Jack Cornick, who were 18, and no good, he wouldn't have been much got physically at all like that. But anyway, shop would have quite a few people in it, and they used to sew and do blanket stitch and stuff like that. And they struck Cornick and took his keys off him. And Ted Hornshaw, this really nice old guy had been at war, they hit him over the head with a loaded sock or something.
Yeah.
Because that's what they made in shop, socks and stuff. And then they broke out the shop. So that